cultural heritage has been marginalized and overlooked over a very long period of time. Hence, they call for a paradigm shift in repurposing the global cultural developmental agenda of Africa. This was disclosed by Dr. Jamaila Ibrahim, the Minister of Youth Development in Abuja, at the first African Youth and Leadership Culture Summit in dedication to African countries for reorientation of African cultural values to the younger generation. The minister, who was represented at the event by Otumba Biodun Ajiboye, the Executive Secretary of National Institute for Cultural Orientation, has laid emphasis on African culture that has been taken away from Africans in terms of language, cuisine, religion, and culture. Convener of the program, Honorable Quadri Adu Shakil, President of Afro-Caribbean Chamber of Culture and Tourism, said the program was dedicated to youth as Africa must revisit its cultural heritage and work on how African culture can be used for economic development and progress. Also speaking, Yang Zhenzhen, Director, China Cultural Center in Nigeria, restated the commitment of the Chinese government to support Nigerian development in all ramifications. The theme of the 2024 summit is Repurposing the Global Cultural Development of Africa. Yang Zhenzhen, the Director, China Cultural Center in Nigeria, restated the commitment of Chinese government to support Nigerian developmental progress. In all ramifications.
Today, we gather to repurpose the global cultural developmental agenda of Africa. For a long time now, Africa's rich cultural heritage has been marginalized, homogenized, and overlooked. It is time for a paradigm shift. How do we mean? Everything that belongs to us has been taken away from us. Our language is no longer important to us. Young children now speak English as if it's their father tongue or mother tongue. Even our cuisine is no longer our cuisine. You go to anywhere, you keep to shout about Chinese rice or continental meal, toast bread or those intercontinental meal. So we've lost almost everything that should culturally belong to us. This is why this summit is very important. We need to reorganize and redefine and rediscover ourselves. Our names are gone. Our language is gone. Our dressing is gone. But I know that our spirituality is highly relevant. Hardly would you see a young boy who will be proud to say, my father is a Shango worshiper. You won't. They like to say, I'm a Christian. My name is Michael. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's what they like to say. But that is not what defines a man. Every language of English you speak, you are merely saluting the queen. I'm talking to young people. Your pride is in who you are, your name, original. The originality of your humanity is in who you are. Who are your ancestors? Who was your grandfather? Who was your great-grandfather? Who was his own great-great-grandfather? The day you take pride in that is the day you become a human being. Decolonize our cultural narratives, challenging dominant Western perspectives and promoting African histories and philosophies. But we are here to celebrate the power of youth, leadership engagement, and culture in reshaping the destiny of Africa. The theme of this summit, repurposing the global cultural developmental agenda of Africa, is timely and pointed out a critical message for all of us, especially our young leaders. It is about taking ownership of our narrative, revisiting our rich cultural heritage, and reimagining how Africa culture can serve as a tool for global development and progress.
The cultural exchange between Africa countries and China is very important because from culture we will know each other's roots, each other's hobbies, each other's character. We are willing to support your important development. I think maybe your African country, for example, Nigeria, maybe every country need to reform themselves, make their themselves to be better.